Yeah, what's happening, Nick? Good day, man.
Yeah, right? It's a good day. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it's you know,
yeah,
it's a yeah, it's a good day, but it's an interesting day at the same point. I'll say that.
yeah. It is. It is. It is. How's everything?
Yeah, good, good. I want to ask you how excited are you for tomorrow? Like, just everyone gets to see what you've been working on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, uh, films, TV, these things are shot months
Yeah,
prior. So, like the energy around it and everything, where I'm at in my world, in my life, I'm in a whole nother space. So when these things revisit, it's always nice to like get into it, see the work that we did, reconnect with the cast, reconnect with
hmm
the with my producers and directors and stuff. So it's always like a fun experience to relive because you meet people, you spend a lot of time with them 18 hours a day, every
yeah.
day. You get to know them, so it's always good to like reconnect with people, especially when you have genuine relationships.
No, definitely. I want to ask you though, how long ago was the film in? Because I know it was
We
during
actually,
quarantine.
the crazy thing, well, this was a quick turnaround. We shot this in December.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Normally it's like 4 months. I mean, it all varies. They could put the thing out tomorrow if they wanted
Right.
to. When you got the right dollar, you can do what you please,
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was pretty quick. We did this in December, so it's fairly new.
That's crazy, like you said, though,
Yeah.
how quick, but you would never know from the end product.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
man. So many people, so many collaboratives that have to get involved to make the movie magic happen.
Yeah. Well, I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back, and I want to bring it current about tomorrow. So,
Okay.
growing up, I know you grew up in New York. How was that whole growing up in New York? Because I always get jealous of people born in NYC or in LA, because I feel like that's the mecca of this industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah,
the place you want to kind of if you don't have to travel to it and you're born there and you kind of have family and friends there where you know you're always good, it's kind of
yeah,
like the best. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. The New York experience, I was talking about it today on my live earlier. It really helped me. It made me because, the New York seconds like this,
Yeah.
we don't wait for anything. And they always say that if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
hmm
And that kind of attitude, that kind of like, we always hop up on the curb. It's always like you gotta
Yeah.
move and step and move. That kind of hustle, kind of get it. Nobody owes you anything. The city's energy, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people piled on top of each other. That energy of just the edge of, you're getting where you fit in, make it happen. It really made me to who I am today. I think us as New Yorkers, we kind of get a bad rep sometimes. We're very nice people.
I agree. I agree. You have to be crazy and
We just don't have tolerance for no bullshit.
exactly. And that's what I respect that because I feel like as a Chicagoan, we're not far off. We're
Oh yeah, oh
nice,
man.
but
Let me tell you something. Some of my dear closest friends are from Chicago, and
see, yeah,
I had to spend time in that city to really understand them more. And the soul, the camaraderie,
hmm
that brotherhood, that kind of Chicago Midwest, little chip on our shoulders. I get it. I get it. And,
yep.
I really understand. And I love Chicago, man. It's such a beautiful city when it's warm,
I
you
was
know.
gonna say, minus our coldness, I think we would probably have a really. I think more people would come here even more. But it's just that cold winter that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that wind
That
chill,
cold winter, that hawk off the lake. She is no joke.
right?
She's the truth. But yeah, New York made me, man. Great people. It's always been that kind of, make it kind of thing. And then it's like any other city that I go to or wherever I travel after this, it's always kind of like a step behind, a pace behind. So
hmm
having that kind of up tempo energy and vibe, and
Yeah.
it's very competitive. I came in the theater. This is a theater space. This is the fashion capital of the world. I was telling people the other day, when you think about fashion, period, and this is the truth.
hmm
People want to argue and things are different because the playing field is a little bit more level. But when you talk about true fashion, the fashion comes from Harlem,
Oh yeah.
uptown. the Bronx, the inner city,
All the
the
boroughs.
Harlem and the Bronx and Uptown, you know, they steal those creative ideas, and
Hmm.
that trend of what they're wearing and how they dress and the shoes and the sneakers and the jeans, that really sets the trend for the rest of the world. And if you do
Yep.
your homework and you look at styles and trends and where they come from and the flavor, it always comes from that Harlem uptown flavor up, you know. And
Yeah.
you know, they steal from us. They've been stealing from us forever. You know, they steal from us. They take our ideas and, you know, create fashion that way. But the true creators are the young people in the city, in Harlem, in New York. You know, in that kind of vibe. But just to finish the question, but yeah,
Hmm.
man, New York is you know, is my heart. I reside in New Jersey, in Newark, New
Okay.
Jersey. Beautiful city, a chocolate city. I love this city. Um, you know, all of it really, really is in my makeup of who I am. You know,
Yeah.
you kind of, you know, you kind of got the baby face, the niche, but then you kind of got that little edge, that
Yeah.
edge thing that's there, you know, wrapped in around a lot of other stuff. But that all comes from growing up in Queens, growing up in the inner city, you know, getting
Queens is
it.
my favorite.
Yeah, yeah,
Queens,
you
I
know,
love Queens. Like
yeah, yeah, you know.
I was
So
saying Astoria.
that's where, you know, a lot of that, you know, my essence, you know, it comes from, you know, that New York,
Yeah.
you know, thing.
Yeah, it's no, I couldn't agree with you more. Like you're saying about the fashion, it's
Yeah.
such a true statement. It couldn't have been more true because so many designers rip it off like it's their original ideas, and it's like, come on now,
Yeah,
just
yeah, 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 for real, for
give
real.
credit where credit's due. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, it's
Like,
for real. And you know, sometimes you see Japanese designing certain things, and they bar. I'm telling you, that's where it
yeah,
comes from. That's
yeah,
where
100%.
the fashion, it stems because if it ain't fly, trust me, they ain't wearing it.
Damn
They
right?
ain't wearing it. Y'all can do whatever you want around the world and all that's cute, but they were like, nah,
Yeah,
we don't wear that. Nah,
yeah, it's
nah.
so true. But also I want to ask you too, because I know you started in modeling. So
Yeah.
how was that for you? Like, because you're in New York, so that's the perfect mecca, like you were saying, fashion, everything's there. So how was just that stepping stone and like booking your first gig?
Oh man. I mean, it was so much happens before you get a yes. You get
Yeah,
100 no's before you get a one yes. So, you know, starting in fashion, you know, it really opened the city to me because during that time it was that neo soul vibe. It was, you know, the clubs, you know, you talk about Bad Boy Records, you're talking about Rough Riders. God bless DMX,
yes,
you know, bless you DMX. You know, I think about times when I used to be up at the Rough Riders office, and you know, it was just a very special time in New York, you know, from your Carl Thomas, your D'Angelo, you know, just that whole
yeah,
vibe,
the whole vibe.
and being in the fashion and like getting out of Queens and being in New York and Manhattan in the city, you know, it was like, oh yeah, man, I like this. This is
Yeah,
cool. You know, the in crowd going to the spots and being the VIP and being part of what the culture was doing, like being in
hmm,
it, in the culture as it was expanding. You know, it was amazing, amazing time. And New York, you know, had a charming feeling about itself back then. And
yeah, because that
you could
time is
feel it in the
timeless.
air, like you know, you could feel it in the air. It was always like this kind of vibe that was happening, and you know, people being you know, very progressive and uh, being you know, just being in New York, the opportunities were there.
Yeah,
So, you know, you
endless.
have to kind of search them and seek them and find your way. And you know, that's what that's the city life. You know, that's city
Yeah.
life. Yeah,
No, and like you were saying though, those were like times I feel I don't know if we'll ever get back.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
it's just a different age, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. It's
It's
different. It's
weird.
different.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
weird, different way of life now, but
yeah,
it'll always be like if you got to watch it on TV or like you got to experience it,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
priceless, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But
Definitely.
you've been in so much, you've done so much in your career. Like your first movie, mistake me if I'm wrong, Paid in Full.
Not my first movie, but yeah.
But one of your first movies. Okay, how was that like? How was it being just in so many influential movies and shows like off the bat? Like,
Yeah, like I say, man, for every yes that you see, there's a lot of no's, and there's a lot of, groundwork, footwork that happens behind the scenes in order
yeah,
for, to be ready for an opportunity. Um, Being in Paid in Full, that was amazing. Great cast.
yeah,
Wood Harris, that's one of my favorite actors. Thinking about the times I spent in Brooklyn's Finest, working with
oh my God, Richard Gere and Wesley Snipes.
yeah,
That's
Wesley Snipes, Don Cheadle.
yeah,
At the time, I'm absorbing, but they called upon me for a reason. And
yeah,
it's just like when I spend time on Empire and things with all the stars out of there, I'm a star in my own right. So it was a thing of, I'm here to present myself in my light and, iron sharpens iron kind of idea of, all right, I'm here to joust and get
yeah,
into it, but also be a sponge and learn and understand that people did come before me and that
mm-hmm,
you have to pay your dues and you pay respect, pay
yeah,
respect to where it's due. um it's just been part of my journey, and God has always really blessed me and with great projects and great people. So it's just one of those things that it's just a blessing, man. It's just a real blessing to be able to work and then be able to work in projects that people remember, that are memorable, and have some sort of impact value or entertainment value to it.
yeah. No, definitely. And I want to ask you, like, how do you choose your roles differently now that you've been in so much? Like, how is your mind of thinking of like, hey, I want to take this role or read for this
Yeah,
role and see how it
yeah. I mean,
goes?
unfortunately, honestly, we're not. I mean, it's always going to be what the world is and what this character is doing inside that world and what it means and stuff. But as an actor, I'm telling someone else's story,
Yeah,
So I'm just a piece of the puzzle. So when it comes to being cast, yeah, hey, I'm here to work. I'm here to be bring this character to life. So I haven't been in a position where, oh no, I don't do that. No, not today. All right, young rabbit. You know, you know that has not been ever been my thing. And then even if you think about characters like D Major and characters that are like really far from like the type of person that I am, playing characters, lawyers and just different types of people. I'm
yeah,
always trying to be authentic and bring some real natural element to it.
yeah,
And the idea is that we are fulfilling someone else's project, their story. So you have to get in, you have to bring good energy, you have to want to. And with these different kind of characters, I think it just shows my kind of range as an
yeah,
actor, that I can be interchangeable in a way and still have some sort of believability or authenticity to the roles that I bring. And I think that's what's important. Sometimes if you're not able to show that kind of range or be able to, go into different places, then the work might be a little stale for you.
yeah. You box yourself in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind
But
of
just to finish that thought, it's just that
mhm.
if when it comes to like wanting to do more, then I gotta produce. I gotta tell my stories. I gotta, tell the stories and ideas that are true to my heart, that are, dear to my being. And that's the difference. That's the
Yeah,
difference. Yeah.
definitely. Well, like you were saying about Empire being D Major, and it was dope that for you because you're a fellow New Yorker shooting in Chicago, but it's taking place in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was interesting. How was that whole? Because Empire was such a legendary, huge show that kind of took the culture. I feel like it was one of them shows that we haven't had in a while, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really catapulted like to a whole nother realm. I feel for everyone.
Yeah.
How was it just being a part of it and, like you said, being in Chicago, but still having the storyline in New York City?
Yeah. It was amazing. I think about, I'll give you a quick story.
Hmm.
And, you know, D Major was a character that was, you know, it was at the time, you know, I'm old school. So it's like, I wasn't really sure how me playing that kind of character, was going to be received by everybody. So I was really, kind of like going back and forth with how I wanted to, about taking this role on at first. But
Hmm.
once I committed myself to taking on the role, I was like, all right, 100%, let's do this. And, you know, there's such, the entertainment business is a, gigantic, enormous machine, and it's a machine. It's just all I can say is a machine. So uh, the work that goes into getting that, yes, it's a lot. And I remember being in the scene where D Major has to basically tell Cookie, Taraji, and basically the Lions family that that's the song that they presented for the Aces. The Aces was like our Grammys on
Hmm.
Empire in the Empire World. It was like the Grammys, and D Major was the producer of the Grammys.
Yep.
That the song that they chose, I was going to allow them to use the song. And I remember sitting there, and Terrence Howard's in front of me playing the keyboard, and I'm sitting there watching Terrence play the keyboard, and then Jussie comes around from the side and he's singing his heart. And I'm like, look, mind you, what you see on TV, like they're performing this stuff. This is
Yeah,
not
it's
like,
real. It's
yeah, it's
not.
not like, all right, cut. All right, do the dance step and turn around. All
Yeah.
right, cut. All right, do the dance step this way, cut. No, they're like going through everything. And I'm sitting watching Jussie, and then Yaz comes around and he's rapping his heart out. And then Trey, the other brothers there, and Tasha Smith is sitting behind me, and Taronda's there, and everybody's there. And it was so surreal to me that
Yeah.
these tears, these giant tears, just started like whelping into my mind and my body. They like in between the tape, they like cut. I had to go to the side because I was just like tearing up.
Uh-huh.
And one of the background actors, and I don't like saying background, but when an actor came up to me, he was like, "Hey man, you all right?" He was from Chicago. He's like, "You good, brother? You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. It's just it's a lot of work, man, that
Yeah.
comes to bringing me to this point." They were happy tears. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And he
Like
was like, "Yo, on
surreal.
the real," this is what he said to me. He was like, "On the real, you know, those guys, they all cool and all and everything, but yo, we really look up to you." He was like, "Yo, we look up to you, man." And I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, man, we really look up to you." And I was like, "Wow, man." I was like, I sat back and I was just like, "Thank you. I appreciate that." But it was just the surreal moment of, being on the number one show and having that cast, that ensemble, being part of it. It was a nice, you know, feather in the cap as an actor in a career and stuff like that. So, the experience was a very nice experience over there. And, I'm glad that I could have been a part of it. And, that thing is going around the world. So
Yeah.
it's, it's, it's an experience, man. It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like it has to be an honor just to have like it was
Yeah.
so huge. It took over. Like and it was dope for Chicago, I feel. It was just
Yeah.
something like Chicago, I feel we have a lot now, but we had a little dim and that kind of brought us back.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was just yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah. But I want you to tell me about True to the Core. Tell me all about
Oh,
everything about it. Yes.
yeah. Well, True to the Core was it was a mantra. It started
Mm-hmm.
as a mantra that I started. It was a play on my last name, Trevilion.
Mm-hmm.
And even, my grandfather, his nickname is True. And even one of my main boys, he calls me True.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a play on my name, but the idea was to stay true to your core, meaning that no matter what you did, decision wise, mine, business wise, whatever decision you made, that you always checked in with yourself first to make sure that it was in alignment with you, that you listen to that God voice in you, that you listen to that inner voice first before you made any decision. And
Hmm.
that's basically what it was, to always say, stay true to your core. If you stay true to your core, you'll be uniquely you always, and you'll always stand out, and you'll be on your path, and you will stay in alignment for what is right in your divine right, right?
Hmm.
So I'm a health nut. I won't say a health nut, but I'm an enthusiast. I'm plant-based person. I eat, I'm vegan,
Hmm.
vegetarian, because I dabble with a little bit of cheese here and there. But other than that, I'm pretty clean. And it just was another thing that I can just, transition the food and the healthy lifestyle, and teaching people how to be healthy, because I wanted to give the tools of what I've learned to the people. What
Yeah.
led me to abundance? What led me to a prosperous life? And these were the things that I wanted to do. I'm not like a preachy person. I just wanted
Yeah.
to share people with tools that help me so that they can achieve and be and have a prosperous life too. So it just transitioned into true to the core food, and then it got into true to the core acting. I've been, doing private acting lessons with, emerging artists and stuff. And then we've got the product so that people can remember. And this right here, if you see this bird, this is a
Hmm.
Sankofa bird. And this
Oh,
bird
okay.
is an African proverb that means that it's okay to go back to the past, to retrieve what is from the past so that you can move forward. And it's
Makes sense.
just, and once again, this all relates back to my uh, upbringing in the theater, in the National Black Theater up in Harlem, my New York vibe, the ancestors that were around me, the black actors that were around me, the Negro Ensemble Company, the Dr. Barbara Ann Tiz, the Ebony
Hmm.
Joannes of the world, all the people that laid down the groundwork during the 70s and the 80s and 90s in the black theater and the black experience. These were the people that embraced me and took me in as a young man, and fed me and nourished me with the culture and the idea that I could be great in the process
Yeah.
of that seed.
Hmm.
So, this all relates back to that, you know, and it's just plain simple. And when you think about any brand that you want to start, it's just like, you're always trying to narrow it down to one word
Yeah.
that people can just get. So you don't have to think, and that's it. And,
Yeah.
it's self-explanatory.
Exactly. No, I love it. And how
Yeah.
rewarding is it though to, like you were saying, you're doing those acting coaches for, actors trying to get in to the industry, and how rewarding is it just to, show your
Yeah.
craft and bring it down to others? Because I feel like a lot of people, they just kind of brush it off and like, hey, figure it out your own, just
Yeah.
you actually
Yeah.
doing
No,
that.
and that's real. And I could say that for me, like, I've always been a giver,
Hmm.
and at a time I was doing stuff like my nephews and my nieces, because they were the immediate ones around me, and
Hmm.
I would do that a lot. But when I moved to Newark, New Jersey, in the city, um, I got more active in the community. I had already been doing it, but now, instead of my nieces and nephews, these were kids that were on the block that didn't have a father. These were, daughters that were, didn't know what they were going to be doing with themselves next. So my brother had opened and started a theater program, which is still
Okay.
running to this day, where we teach, the youth. We get them, and we have a partnership with Drew University, which is a liberal arts school in New Jersey, one of the most expensive schools in the country. And we get the kids to actually get out of the inner city, learn a craft, save their lives. I literally have, and I know it changed the trajectory of a lot of young people who are functioning, productive young adults in the world right now because of the art. The art saved
Yeah.
me, the art saved them. So it's always that kind of thing of, this can be yours too. I'm always just offering, what I have, what I know, what I can do for you, because it's helped me. It's done wonders for myself.
Yeah.
And it is very rewarding. I have a young artist right now, and she's very new to the game. But within a couple of sessions with myself, she's crushing her monologue. And I'm like, okay, all right, I see you. I see
Yeah.
you. And when I see you up there, or we on the same set, or I see you getting an award, or I see you working on something, I'm going to feel great
Yeah.
knowing that I was able to give you some sort of foundation to stand on, for something firm that you can work with. And that's what it's about. You know, my success has come, the more I let go, the more I
Yeah.
just allow it to just go, the more it comes. See, when you
Mm-hmm.
hold on so tight and you're trying to hold on and drive and steer, you know, it don't work that
Doesn't
way.
work.
It
Yeah.
don't work that way.
It's
You
so
know, you gotta
true.
be smart, don't get me wrong, and make right decisions and be careful about the people you get involved with. But the more I was able to let go and the more I'm able to give, the more it comes, the more it is received. So,
That could have been a more true
that's
statement you
just, yeah,
said.
and it's rewarding. They'll let you
Yeah.
know if you suck. The kids will
That,
be like, no, that's not fly.
right?
I remember one time, I'll give you a quick story. When I was teaching, and
Uh-huh.
Daniel used to be on it. I think Jay Ellis was up in there. You know, they know I'm an actor and stuff. And I'm like, yo, yeah, Jay, I know him. And I was like, matter of fact, I was up for that role. They was like, you was up for that role? And I was like, yeah. They was like, oh no. And I was like, what? And it was like, cause, you know, they said something like, cause he's the best. Like some shit. Cause I was just their teacher to them.
Yeah.
But I love it, man. I love giving back, man. And you know, we do so much, man. We do a lot of work.
Yeah, that's super dope. Like, and you're doing it now, like so many people wait till late in the game or just early
Yeah,
on. It's dope you're doing it
yeah.
now as you're in your career. It's super dope giving back.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
what it is.
it's so weird that today, rest in peace, DMX, but I
Yeah,
want to ask you this. It's so crazy because I had this written down and then this today happened.
yeah.
I was going to say, who would be your dream role to star in as a biopic?
Mm.
And mine, I was going to say, I could see you playing DMX.
Wow.
Like, I could, like,
I actually feel like I could play a DMX.
100%, like, if you just
Yeah,
shake your head, like, you literally have
yeah,
the
yeah,
beard
yeah.
already,
I actually
like
feel like I
you
could play a
resemble
DMX.
him.
That's a pretty good one. And I remember someone referring to me as DMX once, long years ago. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
anything, but I can actually see that one. And I'm not a rapper. You
That's
know,
what I'm, but I
I'll
could
act
just
like I'm
see,
rapping, but I can
like,
actually see that. You know?
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so crazy how, today we're doing this interview, and I'm not saying, it's a weird time, but it's just crazy how I had it written down already.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Nah,
like
that
weird
would be.
signs, like
I would love
just
to
the
play
universe
DMX.
works.
Yeah, I would actually love to play DMX. That would be dope. I would. I think I would do because people, they see my Marvin Gaye pictures and the Teddy Pendergrass pictures and some of those things. And yeah, Marvin would be amazing. And I think
Hmm.
some parts of me that are in there, but those are some big ass shoes to fill. I
Yeah.
mean, I would give it my all. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. I mean, I would give it everything I got. But them were some big ass shoes. But I don't know, something about you talking about X. I feel that one. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like yeah, I could totally see that happening
yeah,
for like when that audition happens, you just have to be chosen or yeah, you have to go. Like I could see that
yeah,
100%. It's
yeah,
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 man. So
yeah, definitely. I put that in the universe.
oh yeah,
But want to talk about lust,
oh yeah,
and it's so funny how I was on the press conference talking to you all, and I think your role was supposed to be switched possibly with Tank and vice versa at one point too.
I just
When
heard that. I heard that at the
yeah,
same time.
that was so crazy. I was like, huh, that would have been interesting just to see the different
Yeah,
dynamic.
I would
Because
have loved that.
yeah, right. But how was it playing Damon? And it was a dope role because I love how he was kind of like a thug that kind of got his life together and made something for himself. He
Mhm.
got it
I
together. He
haven't
had a
seen it yet.
yeah.
Was that any good?
That's crazy. It was so good,
Okay, thank you.
so good. Yeah, like
Okay,
well done.
yeah.
Kudos to all of y'all. Like, but did you like that aspect of like how he was kind of this character that was like because in the movie he's always trying to like hide stuff, not hide
Yeah.
stuff, but when Tank would say something, you'd be like, shut up. Like, no,
Yeah,
no, like don't
yeah,
bring
yeah.
that up. Like that's the past. We're in the
Right.
future. We're looking, ahead. How
Yeah.
was it just playing him and,
Yeah. I mean,
like
we're
preparing for him?
always, as an artist, whatever kind of artist you are, you're trying to develop some sort of arc so that it makes sense and it's believable. And, having the idea of Damon's past, and him in his new world and the life that he's living and all the circumstances that happen in the film, that's the picture I'm trying to paint. I'm
Yeah,
trying to, give you this guy who's, not really ashamed of his past,
yeah,
but it's just his mind is in a different space.
hmm
And then even you see the transition, the trigger point where,
yeah,
he has to relive some things, was that kind of idea that, to try to show two sides. Because when you film in a movie, it happens so fast,
yeah,
yeah, I'm here one day, the next thing you know, I'm on a set. And that's why we do the work so that we can actually get to work when we get there because
yeah.
they have so many other things to think about. They don't want to be thinking about the fucking acting. They're like, all right, all right, handle that shit because I gotta go handle this over here. All right. So when you get in, you try to build a rapport pretty fast and you want to get to the work. And yeah, that was my idea. That was my idea to really just try to show, you know, the different dynamics of this character and the stuff that he could be going through in a very short amount of time. So I hope I did a good job.
No, you killed it.
Hmm.
Like you were talking about that trigger point in the
Yeah,
movie. I was waiting for it. I was like, okay, come on,
yeah,
Damon, it's
yeah,
coming. Like I know it's coming. Like where is it? And then it came. I was like, yes, this what I
yeah,
was waiting
yeah,
for. What I was waiting for.
yeah, yeah,
No,
exactly.
you all killed it. Like it was amazing. Like super dope
Thank you
movie,
so much.
especially for Lifetime. I feel like because Lifetime, you never, there's somewhat romantic movies, a lot of
Yeah,
romantic, or just like straight up killer movies. So this was
right.
like a good mesh, of a little bit of both. I feel.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I want to ask you, how was it though with the cast? Because Tank, that dude is just funny. He just that type of person. You know
oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying? He's just how was it
yeah.
though, like being serious like together and just
Oh
really
man,
conveying
yo,
the character?
Tank is a cool brother. I call him Mr. Everything because he is like that, and everyone loves Tank, for the obvious reasons and stuff, and being the R&B, icon that he is, you know, and strange enough, we don't have the same birthday, but we're both born in the first of the month,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was just there was just this real cool camaraderie, like, all right, let's do this work, Kerry and Tank being, artists as far as, their singing careers first,
Hmm.
and then kind of like molding themselves into acting and other things like that. They were kind of, like, all right, you're the actor and I'm acting and so it was all like this kind of like, so how do you do? We all filling each other out. And then Kerry's gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
come
Oh
on,
my
like,
God.
and then we're we see eye to eye. We're tall and stuff, so it was really really nice sharing the space and growing with her and building a rapport. And then once again, I'm a fan. Like these are
Yeah.
like people I'm watching. Like, oh wow, oh now I know you.
That
Oh wow, now I can call you. Yo, what's up? You good? Not to mention Clifton Powell. Like that's
yeah.
like one of my
Legend.
yeah, yeah, man. You think about dead presidents, and I mean that's like one of my favorite Clifton
Yeah.
Powell characters. You know, and I had to tell him, and I could tell him, and then the stuff that happens behind the scenes that nobody knows, the man
Yeah.
talk, and just the camaraderie and all the stuff that goes on. It was like, I'm like, okay,
Okay.
all right, this is cool. I like this. This is all right, So it was a great experience, man. And then the cast and and the crew were seamless with it because we're dealing with COVID and different
Yeah.
kind of restrictions and regulations and stuff. So it was as seamless as possible, and yeah, we got into it. We got into
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Definitely. One thing I will give you all credit for, like how everyone says that COVID restrictions are crazy, but it's so in the
yeah,
movie you would never know. It's so crazy.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they
So
do a great
it's
job.
different.
Make sure.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's different. It's different for everybody. But we gotta say, well, I don't want to get into the political stuff, but we gotta, we gotta say no to passport vaccinations, man. They're trying to allow us, just force us to do whatever, And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's to
if
each its own.
you want to do some stuff, that's fine, but they can't, we gotta push back. We just can't be compliant with everything. Like, come on,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it's gonna
So
be
just think about it.
interesting.
That's food for thought, everybody out there. We need to push back on the passport vaccinations, man. If you
Yeah,
can get vaccinated, great. But that's part of the truth to the core why I'm always teaching how to be healthy, how to take care of yourself inside out. I sell organic sea moss, and I have a True Food Academy, which I just started, which is a one-on-one. It's a plant-based one-on-one. So if you're ever thinking about going plant-based, all the information in the platform will give you your starter kit on how to, what to eat, how to fill out your pantry, different alkaline drinks, what to cut out of your diet, and all those kind of things. Because I had to walk in the dark for like 4 to 5 months before I kind of like figured it all out. And I was like, oh, okay.
um,
Yeah, so I laid it out for people to so they won't have to go through the pitfalls like I did.
yeah. I've
But
been
yeah,
thinking
man,
about it.
Lust is hitting tomorrow,
Yeah,
8 p.m. Lifetime.
yes. When to wrap up, 'cause I know you got a busy day ahead of
No, I'm
you.
cool, man. Whatever
You
you
could.
need, I'm here. I'm
I want
gonna
to
go
ask
right
you.
back to my living room.
When, this year, what else do you have planned? Because it's the world's opening up, and I feel like
Yeah.
more and more is going to happen for all of us again, where we'll kind of maybe be back to semi-norm or a new normal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's the idea is that the new normal is just trying to prepare myself for what the future world's going to be, especially you talking about living in the digital space. So that's kind of the ideas and things that I'm always paying attention to, paying attention to investments when you're talking about, digital currency and stocks, and then, paying attention to all the like new digital art ideas that are going out
Hmm.
there, and just understanding where we might need to be
Yeah,
for the future because the world is changing so rapidly, and that's like my mind. That's where my mind is kind of like thinking all the time. I'm always like 3 to 4 months ahead. Like my mind is already in August.
yeah,
I'm in August. Like I'm in August. And that's just the way I am. And then I have a film coming out May 7th called Equal Standard that's going to be hitting the theaters nationwide. And then it's going to be video on demand everywhere. And that's a really great film that I'm really, really, really proud of. Starring myself, Ice-T, Selena Johnson. Yeah, it's a lot of great people in there. Treacher's in there. It's a really good story. My boy Tahim Bryan put it together. Firstborn Productions, another Queens brother. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. I have Lust coming out tomorrow. The True to the Core is still happening. I have a really, really other great film that I want to talk about, but it's just not out yet. That's going to be hitting this sometime this year, probably in the third quarter. But it's called Sanctioning Evil. I'll just tell you the name. But
okay.
there's a character that you've never seen me as before. So I'm really, really excited about that because it's definitely going to be a game changer. Natty, I see, and I'm really excited about that. And then every day, once a week in the neighborhood, we give out food to the elderly and people who need food. So that community work and stuff like that is a constant. The small business, the entrepreneurship, that's a constant, been getting people CMOS and selling recipes and just different things and
Yeah,
consultations. So it's always a constant, constant thing.
yeah. Well, I guess to close up though, what's on your bucket list? Would you say professionally and personally?
Yeah, I
Something you
mean,
have to
on my
check off.
bucket list right now, I want to go to Tanzania really bad. I want to go to the east coast of Africa. I
Okay.
want to travel some more. That's really where my mind is.
Okay.
I really just kind of want to just go out and go around the world for a little while and see all the beautiful things that the world
Yeah.
has. And
Right.
that's like my bucket list right now.
Right now. Okay.
Do
Dope.
some more skydiving this year. Uh,
I still haven't. I want to.
Oh, it's the
done
best.
bungee jump. I've done the
Yeah,
bungee jumping. I haven't done
yeah,
the skydiving. I
yeah,
want to. I'm just gotta get. Yeah, I know I'll get there. I
yeah,
will do
yeah,
it. It's just a matter of like who I go with. I think I need like couple good friends around me, I guess, to go with
yeah,
and
yeah,
not
yeah.
freak out.
You know, the thing I think with the skydiving thing, because someone like kind of like, all right, we doing this. It has to be you just do it. It's
You
nothing.
can't think. You gotta just
Yeah, you gotta stop the. Well, I want to do it kind of with my friend. I mean, you just gotta be like,
yeah.
go call in, set your date, and do it. And it's the best feeling,
And see,
man.
that's how I did for bungee jumping. I just did it. I was like,
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
just do
yeah,
it, and I did it. And everyone's like, you did it. I was like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't think
yeah.
about it. I
That's
just
it's that kind of thing. Because when
like
you
I
do
seen
that,
it, and I was there. I was like, go.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's that's that thing. Um, yeah, that's some of the stuff that I'm dealing with right now. And I'm just, real thankful for everybody. The response has been great. You know, last night we were on a Clubhouse. I don't know if you were on Clubhouse last night. And
No, I seen it. I couldn't make it. I was in an event, but I did see
yeah,
your
yeah, and
clubhouse is taking over.
yeah, yeah, and TD Jakes was on the line, and a young lady asked about how do you, pursue your career and still keep your beliefs and certain things in alignment. And the Bishop Jakes, he was talking about reminding themselves that you always gotta be you, that
Yeah.
you gotta eliminate the naysayers, and you have to stay on your path. But when he got to this one point, when he was getting to the center of what he was trying to say, he said that you gotta remain true to your core. The bishop said it. I don't know if he knows about my brand at all, but he said it, and he went right to the source, and it was just a really great feeling to hear that, and
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
You
It's so
know?
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, who would have? Yeah.
yeah.
It's super dope. But no, Tobias, I want to thank you so much, for taking the time out to, do this interview with me. I appreciate you. Huge
Uh,
fan. I can't wait for everyone to see Lust tomorrow. Everyone check it out. 8/7 Central,
mm-hmm.
Lifetime. And I hope to meet you in the future, bro. Definitely stay
Oh yeah,
connected.
oh yeah.
You
I was
know.
just checking out some of these questions here.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's cool.
I think someone hold on. Let me does someone have a question? Let me see.
Yeah. I think
No.
I see Natty out there. What up, babe? Miss Nicola.
Let's see.
Hmm. I see some of my people on here. Oh, how does a character affect you as a person? Do you find that the line is very thin or thick between yourself and the character you take on? How does it affect me as a person? Hey, work is work, you know.
Yeah.
But I can I do, for myself when if I'm on a job for a long time playing a character for a while, when I get home, I have to purge. It takes me each character is different depending on what it
Yeah.
is, but I do spend time bringing myself back to a neutral space because the character like gets so intertwined into who I am, and yeah, I'll spend time purging that energy off of me or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So it's real. I guess the answer is it's thick. It can get thick because you're embodying stuff. You're putting some truth into it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
it
dope you do
absorbs.
that though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because like
absorbs it. It absorbs.
preparation. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the character's 10 times better too when I feel like actors do that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
priceless.
yeah. Exactly. That's our job. That's our job.
Yeah, like that's who was it that said that? I think they had to purge like a lot to get it out. Heath Ledger when he did The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
I can imagine,
that
man.
that
I
role
can
was so
imagine.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even they shot Joker in Newark, New Jersey, and Joaquin Phoenix. I was on the side, kind of just watching and stuff because I knew people I could get onto the set, and he walks off in between takes, and even in his walk, after the
Yeah.
take is still all in him, you could just see it all in him. He walks by and it kind of gives me a little tap on the hip, like, hey, you know, he don't know me, but
Yeah,
he just gave me that little like, hey, kid, yeah, hey, there, kid.
yeah,
But you know, you could see how, you know, his character just, it's all in him. It's all in him.
yeah.
You know, that's why we go on long vacations.
Right?
You know,
It's
long
necessary.
vacations. Find yourself, you know, a little tree to get underneath.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
want to, but on NC2 last, I guess we'll say, is it hard to balance out, like you're saying, you're playing all these characters in different movies and shows.
Mhm.
How many have you done in 1 year where you were like, whoa, this is just a lot? Because you're saying like you embody the character
Yeah.
and you've done a lot in your career.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when people see a lot of work to a person might be like, "Oh, wow, I saw you in 3 shows this year." You know, that's like a heavy a lot, or four, or something like that. But things are so spread out in time, and what happens with me, like the work is catching up to me. Like I said,
Uh-huh.
I'm already 3 months ahead, so I'm like over here, and these things are catching up to where I'm at.
Yeah.
So you know, you build strength, you build fortitude, you have a kind of go get it attitude, a progressive attitude, and as the work comes on, you take it head on. So
Yeah.
I try not to complain about shit and just attack it. So you know, four
Yeah.
jobs, 5 jobs, 10 jobs, sounds great to me.
Can we,
You ain't gonna hear no complaints out of me. I'm here.
I
I showed
love
up.
that.
You
That's
know.
super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, bro, I want to, wish you all the best of luck in the future. Like I said, definitely, I can't wait. I can't wait to come back to New York City. I miss
Yeah.
New York.
Where are
Like
you?
I'm in Chicago right now. I
Oh
was living
yeah.
in LA, but then once COVID hit, I came back to Chicago. But I just miss because I haven't been in New York since when's the last time I was out there? I was with Jennifer Hudson. We were at the Cats premiere, and that was like December 2019. So I
Yeah.
haven't been there.
Yeah.
That's like that was the last hurrah I feel
Yeah.
I had in New
Yeah.
York.
Just
Yeah, because I
before.
was at like Juilliard at Thule Hall, and that was super dope. And
Yeah.
um, yeah, so I haven't been there since. So I'm like, dang. And everyone tells me like it's a different vibe right now because
Oh my
obviously
God.
COVID.
It's so weird. It's so weird, Nick. I mean, the
Yeah,
city
like
that
Times
never
Square.
sleeps is
That's what
sleep
I'm saying. The city that never sleep. Like
is sleeping. It's the
it's
weirdest
crazy.
thing. I could go from the Lower East Side to Harlem in 15 minutes and
And
any
nothing.
time of the day. That's
It's so
weird.
crazy.
It's
It's so
weird.
weird
Last summer I was
because
gone. I mean, it's you know, it's starting to open. I guess open. Traffic is coming back a little bit, but I was driving from Jersey to Harlem at 12:30 in the afternoon every day. It took me 25 minutes.
that's insane to hear 25
Through the
minutes.
tunnel, through the bridge. It was yo, that's the parts about COVID that I love. I love
Yeah.
driving. I love that the air pollution is down. You know, I
Yeah.
love those things. The air traffic, you know, is you forget how many times them planes will be flying over and over and
Hmm.
over, and now that is down. If you look at the air quality, is better. You know,
Yeah.
I love driving now. Even if I run into traffic, it's like it don't bother me because I'm like whatever. Those are the parts of COVID I love. You know, I love driving.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember, it's so funny you say that because I remember one of this back probably a couple years ago, but flying into Newark, the airport, and getting into the city, that's like I remember I flew in like the worst time too. I think it was like 6 o'clock, and I had
Yeah.
an hour to get to. I was going to a Broadway show, and
Oh,
Broadway
you never
shows.
made it. You didn't make it.
I made it literally 2 minutes before,
Oh,
and
okay.
luckily I
Okay.
knew who was on stage, and they literally put my luggage in their dressing room, and was like,
Oh,
"Run
okay.
in."
Yeah.
But literally, I was nervous because I knew it's a minimum of an hour, at least an hour, if not longer, to get,
Yeah.
like you said, through the tunnel and just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. You
yeah,
know, we need new infrastructure, man. You know, those tunnels and bridges are 100 years old, man.
right,
Old as
yeah.
fuck. You know,
I
but
get nervous sometimes when you're like stuck in them. I'm just like, whoa.
yeah, you little classy, huh?
Uh-huh, it's a little, and it just like stands still. You're just like, okay,
Yeah,
well, if
look.
anything
I mean,
happens,
sometimes I go through a tunnel. I'm like, wow, water started
but
coming in here. I'm gonna go back that way.
that way, exactly, yeah, and they're not like they're short. They're
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
long time. I'm just like, okay, well, I
Yeah,
guess it
yeah. We
is what it
need, we
is.
need, we the whole entire country needs new infrastructure, man. We need new infrastructure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. The one thing I can't wait for New York, the venue I love out there. I don't know if you've been there yet. Pier 17.
Oh yeah,
That venue on the rooftop.
oh yeah,
Whew, it's one of my
yeah,
favorite venues.
yeah, oh
Like
yeah, oh yeah,
I seen
yeah.
Diana Ross there a couple years ago, and I was like, damn,
Oh,
this is
that's
a
crazy.
vibe.
Diana Ross, that's all right. I mean, I used to love Diana Ross.
Yeah, it
I
was
used to
like,
I was her number one fan when I was a kid. I love Diana Ross. And the crazy thing, I know her daughter now, Rhonda. And
uh-huh.
even I saw one of my homegirls was on here, Danita. And Danita is the daughter of Donnie Hathaway. And me and Donnie Hathaway share the same birthday, October
Uh-huh.
1st. But yeah, man, I used to love Diana Ross, man.
Yeah,
And
and it was just,
that old ass when she did her Central Park concert,
oh my God,
I
that's
was you
time.
could see me.
Pouring rain.
Yeah, I was there. And as a kid on my mother's
Uh-huh.
shoulders. And I got the black liberation flag, the red, black, and green flag. So if you ever go back to that old footage and you see a kid with the black liberation flag in the front, that was me.
I got, you know what I'm saying? Now that you say that, I got it on DVD. It's so
Oh
funny
my
you
God,
say
the
that.
footage is so shitty looking. You be like,
Oh yeah, it's
God,
like, it's back to VHS
oh
days,
my God. You look at stuff that came out in the 2000s, you're like, God, what the hell? What
Hell,
year was that? You be like, what the fuck is going on?
for real. I watched my first DVD. Like I remember DVDs came out in like 98, 99. I remember I got
Yeah,
it for Christmas, I think in like 8th grade or 7th grade. And I look back and I'm just like, damn, it's like, how did I watch this? Like, how did I watch VHSs like this and cassette tapes? Because cassette tapes, don't get me wrong, I love the nostalgia of them and still buying them. But
yeah.
listening to them, I listen back to like old cassettes. I'm like, how did I
Oh
listen to
yeah, I
this?
still got yo. Look, I mean, now you're going now you're talking about New York. I still got my blend tapes and my mixtapes from the '90s.
I
I
love it.
got blend tapes and mixtapes of Clue, DJ Clue before he was DJ
DJ.
Clue. Like like the essence and like there was a time in New York where, and I'm sure everywhere, but New York being at
The
one time
Mecca.
a music
Yeah.
capital, there was a time in New York when mixtapes came out that you had to get that tape and then the tape circulated around the city. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? What was hot? What was dope DJ? What freestyle was on there? What blends were on the blend tape? And I still got a bunch of those tapes, but they were they take up space. Yo, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, this is a gem for the people that's on here. Oh, what's up, London? Um, taking up space, tapes, DVDs, and the world that we're moving into. And this is just a gem for people to think about that we're actually going to be moving into the Google Glass space so that everything digital, the way you have your phone, you'll be able to look down at your palm and your hand, and everything that your prompts and your digital space will be there for you. The world in itself with the glasses will be in real time, and you can look and see Nick Gallo on your glass and see what your appointment times are and all these different things. So
It's gonna be
yeah,
interesting. It's
well,
gonna
yeah, man,
be like that's one thing, like you said though, it's gonna be able to like see still, but I
yeah.
just miss like opening up a cassette tape or a CD and looking at the
Oh my God, the cover
production,
art,
the cover
yeah,
art, the lyrics, who
yeah,
wrote
man.
it, where it was.
That was we gain stuff with technology, but then we lose stuff. And there was a certain kind of unspoken language and connection and certain
Yeah,
things that were just like we need to really get back to in some ways.
because kids don't know that today. With like
I
music, they don't know
know.
who. I'm like, you don't know who wrote? I'll ask some younger like cousins and stuff that
Yeah,
I know, and they're like, I don't know. I just like the song. I'm like,
yeah. Some of my students
oh,
were born when Biggie died. So it's like, wow, okay.
what, right?
I was like, oh, that was the year I was born. I'm like, really?
Like, really?
Gotcha.
Right?
You don't
It's
know.
scary. Yeah,
Let
no
me tell you
idea.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's scary because I'll try to always buy like cassettes or CDs if an artist releases them because I just like that nostalgia of,
Hmm.
it's what I grew up on. I remember going
Yeah.
to Tower Records and Virgin
Yeah.
Megastore and
Oh man.
Borders, Sam
Yeah.
Goody.
Yeah. Yep. The cassette tape killed the Act 8 track. The CD killed the cassette tape. The iPod, I mean iPad, no, iPod, what is it? I forgot.
iPod,
Yeah, iPod
iTunes.
killed the CD, and streaming killed the iPod.
Yeah, it's just a trickle down effect, and
Yeah.
we've witnessed a lot of it.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
witnessed a lot of evolution of technology and just,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely like I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
do
yeah.
this right now if,
Yeah, we couldn't do that though right now.
yeah, I
Yeah.
never thought I'd be doing virtual interviews like this.
Oh my God.
It's
Yeah.
different. I miss normal
Yeah.
sitting down with my, mics and my mic flags and interviewing artists. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get
but
back. We'll get back.
yeah, hopefully by the end of the year, I'm praying, start flying back out to New York and LA and Atlanta and oh, I miss it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But, I think, like I said, thank you so much,
Not a
stay
problem, man.
safe.
Anytime, man. I appreciate it, and thank you, man.
Thank you.
I was looking. What is your opinion on Cerisi? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Milan. But yeah, man. Anytime I'm here. Like I said, the
I'm
truth
gonna cop me a
shows
hoodie.
up.
I'm about
Yeah,
to get me
man.
a hoodie.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, I'm
And
about to, son.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Much love. Lust is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on Lifetime, starring myself, Kerry Hilson, and Tank. Make sure you check it out. And once again, my other movie, Equal Standard, will be in theaters across the nation and on video on demand May 7th. So look out for that.
Oh, well, yeah, bro. Be safe, and
Yeah.
I'll definitely stay in contact.
I appreciate it,
Okay.
Nick, man.
Yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out to all my Chi-Town people. I got to put you on my Chi-Town shout-out list.
Yes.
All right. All
Okay,
right.
be safe. Talk to
Peace
you
out.
soon. Peace.